-1. Look at that frost standing up all the way along. It's like grass on the roof. Fantastic morning. Let's turn the heat up on here a little bit, try and get that window defrosted. It's very, very frosty. It's a nice cold morning, but I thought what I'd do is I'd show you lot exactly how I film my videos inside the car, because I would love to say it's not as high-tech as what you think, but to be honest, I think a lot of you think that I just hold a phone while I'm driving, which isn't anywhere near what I really do. So what I do is, for one, I don't use a phone. I can't use phones to make YouTube videos. I just can't do it. I'll explain a little bit later on maybe why I can't. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel right using a phone to make a YouTube video. A phone is a personal item, and I use my phone to take pictures and videos of my family and my kids, but I can't make a YouTube video with it. It just feels wrong. So I have a dedicated camera for YouTube, which is the one that I'm using here. Well, it's actually not. My dedicated camera's broken, so I'm having to use this one. It's just kind of taken over because I can't afford to get the other one fixed, but that's beside the point. So it's basically a camera on a stick, a little camera. Let me see, can I show you what it is? I don't know whether that actually works. Can you see it? It's a camera on a little stick there, see? And that's what I use at the moment. I don't know why I had my hand up there. In my eyes it was helping you to see, but I don't know how that worked. Anyway, so I don't hold it while I'm driving. If I'm on a little back road or an industrial estate, filming an industrial estate or a little back road or something like that in the night time, then yeah, I might be holding it briefly. But when I'm out on the actual roads, the main roads, or any of the road where there's other cars driving around, I tend to use, I've only got one of them with me, but you'll have to imagine the other one. This is like, it's basically like a phone mount is what it is. It's a very overpriced phone mount. yeah, I know what you're thinking, bloody Jesus, why? But this was, I can't remember what it was. I think it was about £8 or something, and that, you know, £8 for that, no idea. But so at the bottom of my camera I've got a 3/8 thread, and I can thread it directly onto that, and this has got a sucker mount, so it can either suck onto the dash or the window, and so usually it's suckered to the dash, to be honest with you, while I'm driving along. But more often than not, the one that I use more often is you can unattach this, so it's got a little thing there, so you get rid of the sucker mount, and I have got, but I haven't got it with me. I've searched everywhere. I must have left it in my work car. So you put that on, and it's got a clamp, right? It's got a clamp on it, and you can clamp it to things, and it goes wide enough that I can clamp it to my wrist, right? But my other one, the one I'm holding the camera with, to my wrist, or I can clamp it to the steering wheel. So a lot of the time I'll have it clamped around about here to the steering wheel. So you're on the steering wheel, you're sitting there on the steering wheel, and that's the view you get. That's why you get this view that you often get of me, and that's the reason why when I go around corners it goes like that, because it's clamped to the steering wheel. Yeah, and I've still got both hands free to do stuff because the camera's clamped to the steering wheel. I can still hold the steering wheel properly because I've clamped it where my hands don't go. So in my eyes, some of you were concerned that I was going to get in trouble. You know, I don't know, maybe that is still against the law, but having it clamped to something rather than me holding it, in my eyes, is better. So it's usually clamped to the steering wheel, or it's clamped to my wrist, and in which case, you know, I've still got both hands free. I've just got a camera attached to the hands. So yeah, the sucky mount, because the reason the sucky mount's on it is because that's the last time I used it. I had the sucky mount on, stuffed it to the dashboard there. But I've also got, what attaches to this is a quick release mount, and it slots on the bottom of the camera, but it's meant to be a quick release mount, but it's not, it's crap. That's why I don't use it, because the idea was good, you know, you just about slot the camera in and out, slot it in and out, but it's such a tight fitment that you can't just slot it in and out. You have to wedge it in, and then to get it out you have to hold onto the mount and pull it off. By the time I've done that, I might as well have just unscrewed it, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I use, you lot. I've got little mount thing, and usually clamped to my wrist or clamped to the steering wheel if I'm on main roads. I can quickly, and sometimes I'm driving down a main road and you might see me quickly pick up the camera and show you something and then put it back. That's because the clamp is easily unclampable, so I can literally just clamp it off, show you, and then clamp it back again, you know. So yeah, that's that, you lot. Yeah, I think it was Cozzy, what was his name, what was your name, Cozzy something or other on YouTube. You know, and a couple of other people have said it in the past, you know, don't hold the camera, I don't use a phone, don't hold the phone, you say. Well, there you go, that's how I do it. Unless I'm on a back road where there's no cars, late at night or in the morning, or if I'm on an industrial estate, yes, then I am holding the camera while driving. But I'm on a private industrial estate, or on a private road, or on a back road where there's no other cars to hit, you know. So what do you do? Anyway, let's go, and I'm going to go on a little adventure this morning. Let's go. The car's defrosted now, so let's see what we can find. What an absolutely lovely day. Frost and fog, just what you want when you're going out to get your shopping. All those cobwebs. More of them over there, look. They look lovely, don't they? You gotta admit, you lot, when there's frost about and ice, a place looks completely different to what it does normally, doesn't it? Even if we don't get snow on Christmas Day, I'd still be happy, you know, with a bit of ice, bit of frost, bit of snow. Not snow, bit of ice and a bit of frost. Even if we don't get any snow, wouldn't you? Well, it won't focus on that. This camera don't like focusing on close-up things, but I can't make it focus. Oh, I can. Look at that. There we go. -3 at the moment is what it is. So yeah, lovely. Down here there should be, well, there is an old church, and given the state of the weather at the moment, I thought we'd go and have a quick look at it. I bet that looks wonderful in this weather. All the ice all over it. Let's go and have a look. Go and have a look at the church. There wasn't nowhere to park. By the time I turned around, someone had parked in that other space. So it did look nice though from the distance, didn't it? What we saw, that did look nice, that church. All in the ice and frost. Love it. Look at the likes of this industrial estate. All just foggy. The buildings are mysterious. There's ice everywhere, all over the place, on the paths, everywhere. I think it looks massively magnificent. Look at the trees. Those trees are brilliant. Look at them. Ice just hanging down off of the branches. The fog in the distance. Can you believe it? Like, the screen washer I've got in this car, the screen wash, yeah, it's supposed to be alright down to -36. It's already mixed. It says on it very clearly, already mixed. Yeah, ready to use, pour straight into the washer bottle. Meant to be down to -36. We're at -3.5 or -3, and it's bloody frozen. So I don't want to keep trying it. Hopefully with the engine it'll defrost it a little bit. Normally it's not the bottle that freezes. Normally it's the ends, like the little sprayers, they freeze over. That's what normally happens anyway with antifreeze. It's all right in big quantities. It won't freeze. But it's the little ends of it. We used to street race down this road. Park in that car park there, in that car park right there, and we used to street race up and down this road. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. I took my 4th girlfriend here. The first time I met her, I picked her up, bring her here, and yeah, just watched the street racing. I had a Mark 1 Focus RS at the time, so I'd done a little bit, but not a lot, because well, didn't want to do too much with it. It'd be my luck I'd get it taken away. But yeah, nice road this one. But I thought I'd come down it because I love industrial estates in the fog, you know, when it's foggy or dusty, not dusty, frosty. And look at that car park over there, absolutely brilliant. Nice bit of fog, seagulls around in the distance, squealing. Ice everywhere, it's lovely. Look at the ice on top of the car still. You can see where the interior light is. All the ice still standing up. It's just starting to melt away. Love it, man, absolutely love it. Let's have a look, shall we? See if the bottle's frozen. You watch, I bet it is. It'll be just my luck that I'll have a frozen window washer bottle. Oh, you can't see, it's all the way down there. Either that or I've run out. I might have run out. I don't think I have, it normally comes up and tells you when you've run out. But I'm thinking it'll be my luck that it'll be frozen and it'll split. Anyway, you lot, that's bloody hell. I love being outside, like when it's like this, right? Nature, all naturist, when it's all like nature, especially in the winter. I love being outside. Well, to tell you, to be truthful, I love being outside full stop, you know. I'd go around and just be outside all the time, walking around, hiking and whatever, if life was like that. But when it's frosty or snowy, like, I just love watching it, you know, and the fog and everything just looks mysterious. There's the mystery about it, isn't it? I know exactly what's down a road, for example, or at the end of a woods or a forest. But when it's all frosty and foggy, it's mysterious, isn't it? And you just think to yourself, this looks lovely, eh? Brilliant. It is cold, it just feel nippy though. I tell you what, you lot that live in countries where it gets down to -20 or whatever, like Canada, or any of them countries, you know, it must be amazing. It must be. I'd love to visit those countries. I'd love to visit Canada and any other country that. New York gets cold, doesn't it? I think Buffalo right now have got proper snow. It's burying houses, isn't it? Yeah, I'd love to visit those in the winter months so that I can experience it. Trouble is, I think it gets so bad that you lot let me know, because I don't know, but I think it gets so bad that airplanes can't get in and out, can they not? I don't know. But I'd love to experience those countries in the winter months. It'd be alright visiting them in the summer, wouldn't it? It'd just be like, oh, let's visit another country, go visit Canada, oh look, pine trees. But to visit them in the winter, when it's all full of snow and Christmassy, that would be absolutely brilliant. That's on my bucket list. When I become a millionaire, I'm going to visit all these different countries, and visiting Canada in the winter is on my bucket list. It just seems like such an amazing country, so cozy. Because in Canada, you lot all like your wood, didn't you? Like your wood burning stoves and wood furniture and dark houses, like dark wood. I think you lot all like that. That's the impression I get from watching Canadians on the YouTube and all the films and all of that rubbish. But it's brilliant. Not like over here. Everyone over here wants everything bright. I like this country, don't get me wrong, but everybody wants everything bright over here. It has to be lights. Everything has to be bright, colourful. Or the new trend in this country is grey. Everybody in their homes are putting grey. Everything's grey. Grey worktops, grey cupboards, grey carpets, grey everything. And I just find it so dull. I mean, we've got cream now. Well, cream's dull, but cream carpet and white wallpaper. But I love the dark wood that you lot have in Canada and other places in America. It's brilliant. Anyway, I've got a boot full of shopping. I tell you what I've done, because it's getting expensive, right? So instead of spending 80 or 90 quid on the weekly food shop, I realised, I found out the other day that pulled pork will last about 5 days in the fridge after you've cooked it. So I thought, brilliant, right? So what I've done is I've got a pork shoulder, yeah, it's about £4, and I've got a load of bread rolls. Pulled pork in a bread roll is the nuts, right? Barbecue pulled pork, that is barbecue. And I've got a slow cooker at home that we don't really use. Anyway, so I've decided I'm going to slow cook the pulled pork when I get in a minute for about 5 hours, and then that will last about 5 days. Today being a Sunday, so it should last until Thursday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Well, that's only 4 days. 5 days. 4.5. So that's my plan. And that way, I haven't had to buy loads and loads of food to last a week, because we've got 5 days worth I'm going to cook today, and it's going to last for the rest of the week. Providing the bread rolls last, but I can always go and buy another packet of bread rolls. That way it saves us spending loads of money on food. I'm a genius. I am a genius. You know what I mean? An actual genius. Have you ever seen a genius at work? Here he is. Anyway, like I said, I've got a boot full of shopping, so I'm going to get home. I know you're going to say, well, it ain't going to spoil, and I think because it's cold, but I've got the heater on. I've got the heater on in here, so it's quite warm in here, even though I've still got a coat on, but yeah, it's saying, what is it, 19.5 degrees in here, which is warm enough for food to go. Anyway, I'll catch you later on, you lot. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, and I hope the weather's lovely where you are, just as lovely as it is here, and I hope you're just enjoying every part of life at the moment, because it is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good Christmas. In general, it won't be a brilliant Christmas for us as a family. I'm not going to touch on it too much, but we had a death in the family. My uncle died a couple of weeks ago, so we had his funeral a week or so ago. So this Christmas is going to be difficult in that aspect for us. But as far as in general the Christmas goes, weather-wise and everything else, it is going to be a lovely Christmas, I think. You know, we've actually got winter weather. You know, not like last Christmas was really hot and warm, wasn't it? It didn't feel like Christmas at all, whereas it feels like Christmas this year because we've actually got frost and ice, you know, and cold temperatures, -3.5 degrees Celsius. So hopefully it'll go a little bit lower than that, -10 or so. It's supposed to go -10 next Saturday, which is getting close to Christmas Day now. So if it's really cold and icy on Christmas Day, that'll be the one, and it'll feel Christmassy and it'll feel lovely, and it'll be nice for the kids. So I'm going to go home, I'm going to put that pulled pork in the slow cooker for 5 hours, take the kids out on a walk down the park, and I dare say the wife will want to stay indoors because she just likes sitting down all day watching the telly and doesn't want to go out or do nothing, so especially if it's cold. So I'll probably just take the kids out myself and have a lovely day, come home. The pulled pork will be cooked, ready for the week. The wife will have, hopefully, I'll prepare the roast. Hopefully she would have cooked the roast dinner for a Sunday, because we already had the chicken. Right, we had a freezer full of frozen vegetables, so I was like, we better use these vegetables. We had a frozen chicken, so we're gonna have roast dinner tonight. Proper loving it, man, loving life. Anyway, I'll catch you lot later on. Enjoy yourselves, won't you? All the best. Merry Christmas.